guys, this is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much. Your subscriptions mean the world to me. This is the forecast for the greater collective, that is everyone, basically, who happens to come across this video. For November 23rd, Monday. It's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date, a date other than November 23rd, that's fine. You can still utilize it. It is for the highest good and greater collective. Therefore, I believe when it finds its way to you is when you're supposed to be seeing it. If anything doesn't make sense, please don't worry. It doesn't mean anything is wrong or bad. It's just maybe you're working on something different. And if you do watch this video and utilize it and make choices in your own day-to-day life around having watched this video, those choices would be your responsibility. So just keep that in mind. So let's get into the cards, see what's going on, and see what we need to know. Oh wow, she's back. It's GRIMALKIN. Alright, so we had that Five of Wands energy, which to me felt a bit like, you know, being maybe pulled in different directions, being challenged. There's a little bit of competitiveness or conflicting opinions in a Five of Wands, and that's underneath this GRIMALKIN. But the GRIMALKIN card to me is a major arcana card, right? And GRIMALKIN is about sort of keeping that awareness, that sense of ourselves, keeping our knowledge, our intuition, our clarity, even in the midst of sort of maybe some confusion, which could be those trees being represented in the card. We have that white, pure white owl, and then we also have that bat, which to me is more like moon energy or you know, our subconscious speaking to us. And GRIMALKIN is definitely like sitting there listening, or this cat is definitely listening to that. I think that this is an opportunity for us to empower ourselves even during challenging moments. And the challenges may not, I didn't get like a sense that we were going to be challenged in a big way this week, but that Five of Wands kept telling me, you know, we need to maybe make play of the, or father of the challenges that we face, get in there and find new ways and means of thinking about it or looking at it and enjoying it versus getting in resistance to it and upset by it. GRIMALKIN empowers us to do that, to not get caught up in the fact that, you know, we might be trapped in a situation or caught up in a situation or having to deal with a situation that confuses us or wants to block us. Using our knowledge, using our intuition, and there's definitely a potential for growth here, if that makes any sense at all. So that's the red poppies we see growing in that forest. Okay, so I will read you GRIMALKIN's story, but I like also that there's a sense of wonder and hope in his face or her face. I can't remember if it's a male or female cat, but there is a sense of hope, so don't give up on that hope. And remember that you have the skill, the wisdom within you to sort of navigate whatever is being presented to you at this time. If some of you are being challenged in sort of, you know, odd ways or ways that don't necessarily aren't your most optimum, you know, situation, that's okay. You can work your way through them, and you can do it from in a place of sort of being empowered and aware without getting like sort of rocked or emotional or freaked out. Does that make sense? So the next card is 51. We haven't seen this card before. This is validation. I like the strength of this coupled with GRIMALKIN. Validation is 51 boils down to a number 6. 6 is usually about bringing, you know, sort of a state of balance back into play. Validation to me, it's like we're standing in our truth. We're holding on to our truth. Even in the midst of sort of all of these lines do kind of represent, I mean, there's a strength to them, but there's also a bit of a friction. Like it could be a lot of intention being pointed towards us. Something could come out this during this day that also validates what we know to be true. I think that's also the strength of GRIMALKIN, and GRIMALKIN kind of keeping his head to the this cat, keeping his sort of eyes up to the sky, looking at that owl, looking at the purity of our own knowledge, what we know to be true for ourselves, even if our outside environment is saying something different, not allowing that to sort of overwhelm us or overtake us. We don't give that power over to, say, an outside situation. The validation to me, that fist feels strong, it feels sturdy, it feels like, no, I'm not gonna do it. This is what I know. I'm hanging true to this and holding on to that in a sort of very, what's the word, like, I guess, powerful or purposeful, a way. Not necessarily having to force others to do it, but, or to see our side of things, but we're holding on to our truth and we're validating ourselves. We might receive validation from the outside environment, but with that forest in the Grimalkin card, I feel like we might have to find it from within, but that's the power of all of this, right? That's the power of sort of what I was saying with the Five of Wands was like, make it, don't let it drag you down and let it engage you in different ways so that you can come to other senses of, your own intelligence, your own problem solving, all of that. That would also be forms of validation that you could experience with whatever it is you're dealing with. Some of you, that fist could mean some of you do have to fight a little bit more for whatever you know to be true. But do it in a way that, productive and adult, and it will all sort of work out and be fine. Now, the grounding stone for the day is on obsidian, which is a very, wards off negativity. It's angel. I would say call upon your angels, call upon any sort of angelic ways. Hold on, the dog gets again. Any sort of angelic things that you know to be true, or ways that you can be where, come in. Don't sit there. If you're going to bang on the door, just come in. If there's any sort of ways where you can call upon your guides, your angels, or your higher self even, the angel aspects of yourself, what you know to be true. Again, that's sort of the truth of that old crone energy in Grimalkin, and also the validation that we see, the strength in this hand of validation. Calling upon those things today are going to help you to sort of not necessarily get caught up in the fray, to be able to not get swayed or too emotional or too, egoic, frustrated, whatever the words are that could potentially crop up. No, it allows you to stay in that more centered sense of self as to what you know to be true, and moving forward in strength, and also validating yourself for who you are and your higher knowledge, awareness. All right, so now the other dog's at the door. Let me read Grimalkin to you. Grimalkin is dedicated to Messi. The symbolism is the birch trees are crone energy, wisdom, ancient knowledge. The owl is magic, wonder, and renewal. The bat is letting go of the past, transition, evolve connection with institutions. The fox is seeking solitude, problem solving, and being clever. The snow is purification, finding peace, and end of a situation, transformation. The gray cat, the wise older woman. This deck is dedicated to the energy of those who had walked the path before us, who created that trail we walk down so effortlessly today, forgetting that there was once a time before it was carved out. If the Grimalkin should appear to you, it is because you could use healing, and that will start with a dose of reality. If it is time, sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm not reading very well. It is time to resist impulses that come from immaturity and go inward. Are events happening to you? Are you the one in control? The wisdom of the matriarch lives within us, where the unity card brings trust with others. The Grimalkin card asks that you cultivate trust with yourself, with your intuition and your spirit. Have patience with the world around you. Listen for the whispers of the crone, as she will help you find your peace, your power, your unique magic. I like that it says that have that peace within you and that trust within yourself, while the outside, that's also that Five of Wands energy. Like, play with this, find new ways of being, new ways of thinking, and also validate yourself for those new ways of thinking, or the adaptability you have within you. The energy attributes: positive, allows events to take place with patience and grace, feeling drawn into a nature content with life. Highly intuitive, steps back and allows others to make mistakes so as to learn, offers healing and wisdom with a soft touch. Prefers to be isolated. The negative would be prefers to be isolated, retreats from society, clings to old ways of doing things, causes negative feelings or emotions as a result of being impatient or critical. And let's read, what was that, 51? Yes, 51, validation. As I open to all that is, I am validated by the kiss of the sun upon my face, the rustle of the wind through my hair, the strength of the earth beneath my feet, and the gift of life that flows into my crown. I am loved. I am love. The need for validation is as a desire that resides within all that walk the earthly plane. You know that you are loved, cherished, desired, needed, and appreciated are a few of the feelings to prove your worth that are craved. It is true that in our relationships, to hear such things can be a great sense of comfort by alleviating our fears of disconnect. But when the need for validation becomes an addiction, it quickly becomes an energetic drain on your partner. To the empath, this can become an even deeper problem because of your ability to sense whether there is truth in the spoken word, the attempts at hiding emotional states, or the disconnecting of the energy in our relationships. When you begin to question your worth in all of your interactions because of what you are sensing intuitively, an inner need to be validated and to feel safe can create all kinds of behaviors. Worthiness becomes a need that never seems to be satiated, no matter how much praise or reassurance you receive. Truth is because you are an empath. The only validation that will fill and sustain you is the energetic knowing every moment that you are perfect. When you believe this to be so, the energy of Source flows through your chakra system and fills you, allowing you to experience your journey with confidence. The strongest validation is when you validate yourself. Again, sort of self-focused, similar to the GRIMALKIN card. Do you crave the validation of another to give you permission to be, or are you deep into this situation because of all the ways and times that you have searched out validation? What would happen if you didn't need this affirmation of worthiness from outside? And I think that's also the angel stone as far as a idea of grounding into that, where is our higher sort of soul space, or where can we sort of act like an angel towards ourselves or others in our lives, right? Where can we do the right kind, compassionate thing? Last week's grounding stone was love, and this is about create, right, for this week. So if we tap into this sort of angel energy, our own or that of the angels around us, we also allow ourselves to find this wisdom, this strength, this validation for who we are from a higher place, no matter what we're facing, no matter what we're fighting against. And we're able to provide that, to ourselves first and foremost, and then ultimately out to others. And that allows us to create something quite beautiful. That is your forecast for the day. I hope it made sense, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Tune in tomorrow and we'll see what happens with tomorrow's cards, and I will see you guys soon. And hit subscribe if you feel so inclined. I would greatly appreciate the subscriptions. You can always message me at the Facebook business page if you have questions about a private reading. And that is your forecast. Take care. Bye-bye.